Okay, folks, we're gonna start this one off with Merry Christmas, right? Now, the reason I'm releasing this today on Christmas, Christmas, is because listen, you probably have these ingredients in your pantry or your cupboard or wherever you store your ingredients at. You know what I mean? Super easy to make, you know what I mean? Real chill, and everybody loves this. Today, we making stuffed French toast. All right, so listen, you guys look at these ingredients right here, you know what I mean? Don't let it, get you upset or think that this is too much. Listen, it's gonna be so simple the way I do it. Now, don't forget, the full ingredient list will be on my website. That's smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Now, notice how I did this. This is one of my trays that I put right here. All these ingredients go in this, and this is what we're gonna dip. This is gonna be our French toast dip, right? So that's what we're gonna dip those in. Then we got strawberries. You guys can use any type of fruit you like. You can go strawberries and bananas, strawberries, bananas, and blueberries. You know what I mean? Fortunately, the way they got the system set up, we can get fresh, well, I won't know how fresh it is, but we can get fruit, throughout the whole time. You know what I mean? Throughout the whole year. So I'm gonna start making room here, and we're getting ready to go ahead and get started. Super simple. This is what we do. Remember, I had all of this in here. I just moved it from there to here, right? I got my whisk. Look at what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just take all of these ingredients, get it in here, beat it, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour it in here, and then we'll set that to the side. This is real simple, and I'm gonna explain it to you this way as I'm doing it. If you wanna think about something being simple, listen, this is the way I can explain it. All we're gonna do is make a sandwich, and then we're gonna dip the sandwich on each side in the cast iron skillet, and that's gonna be our, our stuffing, right? Whatever we put in the inside. Today we're gonna make a cream cheese, filling, real simple, right? So just add everything in here. Nutmeg, cinnamon, vanilla extract. Come on, I can't keep that from you. Now, when we talk about my website, I just want you guys to go there. For one, we put a lot of hard time and effort into that. You know what I mean? And it's good for you guys to get like other suggestions, right? We got it broke down by sections. And I think we're getting ready to do something a little bit different for the first of the year, so you guys will see a little change. So you can get some of the articles. You don't always have to just comb through. We'll highlight and do things like that, right? So, you see that right there? Ooh-wee. Imagine that on your bread. Speaking of bread, let's talk about this. I would have used challah bread. It looks like it's pronounced challah. You know what I mean? But you guys use whatever bread you would like. Actually, back when I was in Riverside, I used to go to the bakery. No, that's wrong. I had a guy, and he would give me loaves, and I was able to cut. That was so cool about what he had. I would just order it, and then he'd give me loaves, and I cut my slices. So when I say thick slice, I mean thick slice, right? So there we go. We got that there. We'll let that sit up. Now we're gonna work on this cream cheese. So just to keep it simple and easy, this recipe right here, you want to do it with one of your loved ones or a close friend or whatever. This will get you, get everybody cooking, right? So listen, I grabbed this cream cheese, lemon, and then we got powdered sugar. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to add this in here. That's my cream cheese. Now I'm going to say just how important this is to get your cream cheese at room temperature. If you don't, you're going to be trying to blend and mix a brick. This right here is just like, man, I can't say it enough. Just pull it out. I pull it out like early in the morning. I'm an early riser. For those of you guys that just get up and just cook, you can actually pull this out like in the evening, before you go to bed. Because when I say room temperature, it just makes it so much easier, right? So let's go ahead and move some of this over. I'm gonna bring this over here like this. Now, when it comes to the lemon, because I didn't say nothing about lemon, right? But we're gonna go ahead and put some zest in here. Right, so we just run it this way and see how we don't want to pick up none of that white. I was doing it wrong in the very beginning. I'm sorry, Granny, you was doing it wrong too. My grandma would have this thing in here so white, you know what I mean? But anyway, you learn, you live and you learn. I know my grandma was good to see me learning, so I just pass it down. So you guys will, learn the tricks too. So there we go. I put a little bit more lemon in there. I like mine to be really, really refreshing along with the strawberries. That's cool too. So let me go ahead and bring this over here. You guys can make this with a hand mixer. No need for me to use, my big one. Now, I'm gonna just put a little bit of this in here, just like that. And we wanna start off on low. You see, I got an apron on. If I start off any higher than that, You know what I mean? We'd have powdered sugar everywhere. But remember I said, let's put it in here at room temperature. Look at that. All right, so then you want to get yourself a spatula. Anytime you mixing something, you know, things stick to the bottom. You know what I mean? Ooh, my mouth is starting to water. This right here is so like, how can I say it? You know, so creamy. I know what it tastes like. You know what I mean? But look at this right here. That's what we're gonna spread on that French toast. I'm gonna bring this back in here because I know some of y'all was looking at that and saying, AB, what you didn't do was you didn't add your milk. If you caught that, that was, you know, good on you. Because French toast is French toast. We don't have to reinvent the wheel or nothing like that. The reason I didn't put it in there, because if you let this sit up here with the milk in it, you're gonna have to do a re-whisk. It kind of like, the spices kind of like clump together. You guys know, because you know, everybody done made French toast. Right, so now we're finna go ahead and put some butter in here, start heating this up, you know, getting this ready, and then we're gonna go ahead and assemble this bread. All right, so I'll start off on low. I don't want to burn my butter, you know what I mean? We'll just let that melt organically, nice and slow, right? So look, I got Wonder Bread right here. Check it out. Look, Wonder Bread done got into the game, right? They got that Texas toast. Everybody got to have a thick slice. So we'll go ahead and take ourselves out, you know, we just take out 4. Now, from the thumbnail, you guys should know, and anything, normally what I do when I have fruit, you know what I mean? I love the fact that I get, I always have, you know, strawberries. That's kind of like my favorite. That, strawberries, the banana, the whole shebang. Right, so I'm gonna put this over here like this. Right? Now, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna bring this back into the game. I got the tablespoon, because I was gonna put it on there and use the back, but you know what? I think I'm gonna use my spatula, as long as it'll stay together, you know? Now what we wanna do is we just bring this over here and coat our bread. You can see the lemon zest. So now we'll take some of our fruit, right? Now what I'm doing is I'm draining, you know, my little syrup that I had made. So if you guys want to know what the syrup is, listen, just take some strawberries or any fruit for that matter. Just add some white sugar to it. You know what I mean? And this is what you'll come up with. You see this right here? Like I make strawberry shortcake. You ever see them little cups? You know, when you go to the grocery store, they like right out in the front, you know what I mean? They look like Twinkie cups. You know what I mean? You just make some of this, put it in there, add a little whipped cream, and voila. After we put it on nice and thick, we just put it on just like that. Now we finna bring that milk into the game. We just add this here. And if you didn't know what I was talking about, you see how it kind of like separates, but you'll see. All right, look at my butter. It's ready. See how low I had that? Now I'm gonna raise this up just a little bit. Right? Now we're gonna take this, and notice I put my hand on it like this, just to get it to like stick. I kind of put the cream cheese on a little bit thick. After my first one, then I got it right. I'm gonna put it on even thicker. You know what I mean? But we'll take this. We'll do like that. We'll just count to 20. Then we take it, then we flip it over. Now we take that, do a little drip, and hit it right here in the center. Yes, sir. Now we take this, we turn this over carefully, and ooh, that's what you want to see, folks. All right, so now we'll flip this one over. Look at that right there. I'm gonna take it, and we just put it right here. Now I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna make one more so you guys can see. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter to it. But again, you wanna take cream cheese and you wanna put a thick, you know, coating on it. Okay, folks, so if you look at this right here, look at these. These right here is right. You know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just cut one, right? Ooh. All right. We take it, and if I grab it like this, look at that right there. Ooh, my goodness. I'll just leave it just like that so y'all can see. Let me hurry up and get a picture of that and make that a star. Hey, ain't nothing for me to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you just seen the ooh-wee with this right here. You know what I mean? When I have my milk, I'm sure a lot of you guys are like that. Some of you guys got sensitive teeth. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it to be funny or nothing like that. But if you can, man, it's nothing like having a nice tall glass of ice cold milk. Now, with that being said, come in here and take a look at these eggs. Now, I'm proud of these eggs. If you want to know how I like mine scrambled soft with cheese on it, right? And this one right here, look, if I open this one up, you can see the banana. So this is the one we're going to go ahead and cut. Now, some of y'all probably saying to yourselves like, hey, he put syrup on top. Yes, I did. We don't eat like this all the time. But if you guys know who IHOP is, I want you guys to call IHOP. Let them know today that there's another person out here making fire recipes just like them. So when I say strawberry, banana stuffed French toast, this is what I mean, folks. Guess what? Cheers. That right there, that's the lethal combination. Only thing missing is me taking some chicken andouille sausage, slicing them down the middle, putting a little water in my skillet, and then frying it. You know what I mean? Because we got to have that meat, right? I think I'm going to pause on that one. All right, so with that being said, listen, let me know what you guys would add to this to make it over the top. Let's talk about the garnish. I could have put some green on here. You tell me, what would you have garnished this with? Talk to me about the protein you would put in, with this. Other than that, I want you guys to do this. Listen, if you're new to my channel, I want you to take this time to hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. I've been faking the funk because this look good when I take pictures. All I need is that fork, ice cold glass of milk, and I'm out. Peace.